Good day everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to season number 4, and we are back in the Premier League with Blackburn Rovers. We finally made it after 3 seasons of trying, and admittedly it was a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Season number 2, we had the heartache of missing out on the playoff final, and then season number 3 we flipped it around and managed to scrape our way through, properly scrape our way through that playoff final, and here we are in the Premier League, as you can well see. It's the start of the season, 9th of August. We haven't actually played a game yet, so I'm going to go straight to the schedule first, because it's not been the kindest to us, I would say. Okay, Norwich at home, first game of the season. Thank you very much. But then Spurs and Man United. 2 difficult ones. I think our starts of the season, in fact actually having Newcastle and Liverpool, Man United and Spurs in our first 4 fixtures is pretty utterly ridiculous, but hey, the Premier League is one of the toughest leagues in the world. You have to play what is in front of you, and we just have to take it one game at a time, and that is it. But as you can see from the friendlies that we've had some very good results. And you'll see a couple of new names in there as well, which I'm going to go right into now. So, as I alluded to in season number 3's episode, right at the end, we had a board takeover. So, financially, the balance is in the positive. As you can see, I've spent all my transfer budget, which naturally you have to when you jump up into the Premier League. If you don't spend your budget, then you are going to be screwed later on. Debts and loans, the massive debt got wiped out, but this one is just sort of to cover the taxes and stuff like that, so I'm not worried about it. It will disappear. So yeah, we are in a good financial position. Just a quick message to say thank you very much to all the subscribers who have subscribed to the channel. I really do appreciate it. And if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel and share it around your friends. Thank you very much. Now we'll continue on with the video. And as I say, I have brought in a few players as well. So let's go back. Nope, right, okay. Time to get myself organised. So a lot of my transfers I did before the save point in the game. So I will organise that. So starting at the top, had to bring in a new goalkeeper. Obviously Bart Verbruggen was our keeper last season, but he was only on loan. And there was absolutely no chance that I was going to be able to buy him. So I had to bring in another keeper. I brought in I can never say his name properly. Altay Bayindir. It's close enough. It'll do. Most players who've played this game now will know this keeper. He was a bit of a wonder kid a few seasons back on FM. Still developed into a very, very good goalkeeper, and I think actually he will suit us absolutely fine. When he did sign, he actually only wanted to come in as a backup, but he is going to be my first choice goalkeeper because I did bring in another goalkeeper so they can battle it out, and that is Daniel Peretz from Bayern Munich, Israeli goalkeeper. Again, not too bad overall, but he is more my backup than Bayindir is. But obviously I needed to strengthen other areas of the team as well. But I'm also putting a lot of faith in the players that I already have in my squad. The other day they got us here, so I don't see why not. Philip Billing, just less than 10 million, Premier League experience. He was up for sale by Bournemouth, they wanted to get rid of him. Less than 10 million for a player which has, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 years of not all Premier League experience, but at least these last few seasons Premier League experience with Bournemouth. Very, very happy. Oh yeah, because it says here, being blind. 2 years in the Championship with Bournemouth. Obviously, played in the Prem. They got relegated and they played in the Prem again. So he's got the experience there. I'm very, very happy to bring him in. He's a really, really good player on here, to be fair. Good attributes all round. I can't complain at that. I'll come to my striker signing in a second, but obviously I needed to strengthen up my defence as well. For 8.5 million in total for Obama from Nottingham Forest. Again, very, very happy with that. Solid centre-back, ball-playing defender, very composed, good tackling, good physicals, quick, and still pretty young as well. So 24 years old, very good. And somebody who's going to provide a lot more cover and competition up against the likes of Sepp van den Berg, who actually I'm going to show you again in a second after his first season. Juan Larios is going to be my new left back. I have bought him before in previous save games. I know what he's like, and I know he's a pretty good left back. Hopefully he'll do us at least for a couple of seasons until I can get more money in, hopefully, to get an upgrade on him. I think he's going to hit his ceiling probably round about this. I don't think there's going to be too much improvement, but for the time being, he's better than what I had. I'm very happy with this one. And he came in for 7 million, so that's not too bad. But the biggest signing was I wanted pace up front. Now, with the squad that I've got and the strikers that I've got, with Harry Leonard and Smodic, not the paciest in the world. So I wanted a bit of speed. I am speed, says Lightning McQueen. And this guy has got bags of it. 15 pace, 16 acceleration, incredibly agile. Not the strongest in the world, so he's a bit of a whippet. Great dribbling, finishing and first touch. Great flair as well. So I've got high hopes for him. And I can't remember that I don't remember whether he's classed as a wonder kid, but he has got the potential ability to be a really, really good striker on this game. So I'm hoping that the price tag doesn't weigh him down too much. 16 million, I think, is quite a fair price tag. Bristol City have done good business out of that. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And then there was one more signing, and that was another free transfer for James McAtee from Manchester City. Really happy with this one, because he can play through the central midfield. He can play out on the wings. Gives me great options of what I want. Tactically wise, I'll go back to Vandenberg in a second. I'm keeping it the same. I'm going to try this out in the Prem, see how it goes. I don't know how it's going to go, to be fair, because naturally it's going to be a tough season. But yeah, let's have a quick look at Vandenberg. Vandenberg obviously came in for his first season last season. 6.93, 43 games in the league. 51 games in total, and 1 goal, but the average rating near enough is 7. You know what? I'm really happy with this. As a free transfer signing, and it's getting better and better. His value's going up as well. So I kind of got a feeling that probably somewhere near in the future, I would say probably in the next 2-3 seasons, I'm probably going to start getting some bids from other clubs, because I think teams above me are probably going to be looking at him going, he's a good centre back, we want to get him, but we're going to give it another year or so. That's how I envisage it anyway. Let's have a quick look at the league table again, and we'll have a look at the season preview, and we are dead bottom. We are predicted to go down last, along with the perennial yo-yoers in West Brom and Norwich, who are touted to go straight back down as well. So, Blackburn, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this season's going to go. It's going to be a really tough season. I know it's going to be a tough season. But let's go and simulate the season and find out what happens. I'll see you in a few seconds. Well, we did it. Pretty much by the skin of our teeth. We had a pretty horrendous start to the season. Looking at this, we dropped down to 17th. 17th and 16th. So we've been in the relegation fight as such. Dipped back down again to 16th. So we were pretty close. But then started picking up a couple of results. And then I would say comfortably finishing, because that's what... finishing 8 points above the relegation zone, which I think all in all is a fairly comfortable position to be in. So finishing mid-table, 8 points above the relegation, especially above the perennial yo-yoers of going up and down from the Championship, West Brom and Norwich. And even Leicester went down on this season, so yeah. Smodic with 14 goals in the league. We'll have a look at the squad in a second. Financially wise, 46 million in the bank, 48 million pound transfer budget. Oh, not FFP. See, that's all gone. Although for some reason that's still the same remaining, but I don't know what. I don't know. To be fair, but that's all I care about at the moment. I am going to start asking the board to increase this, because now we've got no debt. It's pretty ridiculous only getting 10% of player sales transfer value. It doesn't make any sense. As you can see, the wage budget has shot up again because I had to sort out a couple of contracts. So naturally, they've all jumped. Plus, there was a lot of players who got pay rises for promotion. So, yeah, the wage budget, I think, in Season 1 was about $350,000 a week. It is now quadrupled, near enough, in the space of 4 seasons now. So, yeah. Before we look at the squad, competitions-wise, got to the quarterfinals of the Carabao. That's not a bad run. And 4th round by Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, who actually got a 9-point deduction this season for administration. And they still survived. Alright. Squad-wise, so, by India, yeah, he played the majority of the games. Absolutely happy with that. Let's see our goals. So, Smodic. I can never remember how to pronounce that properly. 14 and 6. Harry Leonard, Premier League debut season, 10 goals, 4 assists. Yeboah is the disappointing one. Only 6 goals and 6 assists. Maybe that lack of strength. Has he made any progress? Yeah, he's actually increased a little bit. But that lack of strength and jump and reach may be hindering him. I try not to pay too much attention to the up and down arrows, but it looks like he has improved a little bit, but not as much as I wanted, to be fair. Philip Billing had another good season, I'll say debut season for us. Oh, yes, there are a couple of other players that did come in a little bit late, and I'll dip back into the transfers on this one because I need to show you. Nope, that's the transfers. So, as you can see, I went shopping in January. So, as an explanation on this, I simulate the season to the January time, so I can have a look at the January transfer window and then simulate the season to March, so I can have a look at the next gen list and have a look at the youth players that have been picked up by our academy, and then simulate to the end of the season. It's those 3 stages. So in January, I was looking at it, as I say, you can see from the graph, we were looking a little bit ropey, so I decided to pull the trigger on a couple of players. I brought in Datro Fofana from Chelsea just to give us a little bit more firepower, and he got a couple of goals, which isn't too bad. I wanted a bit of extra defensive cover, so I brought in Sebastian Baselli from Uruguay. Great all-round, can play right across the back. Absolutely fine with that. And a player I've never heard of, Alexander Aravena from Bournemouth, again, for 10 million. Chilean striker, model citizen, good potential and current ability, and only scored 2 goals in 6 games. But I think, actually, if I remember rightly, he got an injury. Yeah, he broke his foot. So he only played 6 games for us and then got a broken foot, and basically that was him out for the rest of the season, which kind of sucks. But, as I say, that's what happened with the transfer market. I think making those transfers in January, just those extra couple of goals, really, really helped us and kept us in the league. And in fact, actually, if you look at our form towards the end of the season, it wasn't the best. 2 draws, 2 losses, and a win. And when we look at the schedule, we were actually really lucky to stay up. I think the 2 results in March against Leeds and West Brom, absolutely vital. Because it's such an up and down season. Couldn't really put a run together. I mean, okay, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, 3 games on the bounce. I'm not expecting to win any of them. The draw against Burnley is a little disappointing. Lancashire derby. Draw against Sunderland's a little bit disappointing. Losing to Everton is disappointing again, especially when we're 1-0 up. And losing to Leicester, who got relegated. So there are things that need to be fixed. There are things that need to be corrected if we are going to progress, because this is going to Season 5 now. Next episode, we'll be going through Season 5, and I'm going to do a little recap of where we're at. So, there we have it. We survived our first season in the Premier League. Onwards and upwards, as they say. So, thank you very much for watching. Please do leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Share it around amongst your friends or whatever, and tune in for the next episode to see what happens in Season number 5 and season number 2 as it stands in the Premier League. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later. Ta-ra.